Hey, what's up, guys? So July, obviously, most or if everybody knows, 50% off of Criterion Collection. They do that every year. I think it's July and November is usually when they start these. Get it for 30 days, 50% off. I try not to get too crazy with these sales, just because honestly, a lot of the regular Blu-rays are usually around 20 bucks anyways on Amazon.com or just Amazon the app. So yeah, usually I try not to go crazy. I picked up some titles that I just haven't really seen in person too much, and I really want to rewatch or revisit. So kind of let's get into it. So obviously, War of the Worlds. So this is the one from 1953. This isn't the remake with Tom Cruise, but basically, a UFO lands in California. Crazy things happen. I mean, we've all seen probably the remake. I don't know if a lot of people have seen this one just because it's an older one, but it's extremely good. It's based off of the H.G. Wells book of the same name. I own the book. I haven't read that yet. Obviously, that's just a long line of books, as you guys have probably seen on my channel. So yeah, I want to read the book. The movie is great, especially with the 2K restoration. It just looks amazing. Next one. The next three I got are Guillermo del Toro movies. I really wanted to get into his catalog. I've seen these, but it's been kind of a while. Some of them came out like early 2000s or so. But I really want to get back into them. They're really good. So then obviously the first one, Devil's Backbone. So basically it just kind of takes place, I think, 2, maybe 3 weeks or so, somewhere right around or right after the Spanish Civil War. Basically, a kid gets sent to an orphanage. I think his dad dies fighting the war. And then basically issues happen. Apparently this was Guillermo del Toro's one of his darker movies, especially kind of the way he wrote it. It was, I guess it really kind of, he dug deep for this movie in the script. Next one, I think this is more one of his well-known, I mean, obviously he's a great director, writer, and everything like that, so he's really well-known regardless. But Pan's Labyrinth, I never actually owned this. I think I had maybe like the Blu-ray copy or something like that way back in the day when Blu-ray just came out. But this is an amazing movie. It's more of like a darker fable movie. Again, still set around the time of the Spanish Civil War. But basically, you kind of go along with the girl. Her dad's in the movie a little bit here and there, and then there's obviously war crimes and stuff like that. It's honestly, it's a really dark movie. For I guess not Guillermo del Toro, because he's kind of a darker writer. But yeah, this movie is great. Obviously in Spanish, subtitles, stuff like that, but that should not make you shy away from any movie, honestly. There's a lot of foreign film movies that have subtitles that you should definitely watch. And then next one, Kronos. So this again is a great, I haven't seen this. I think it came out 93? I don't know, somewhere around there, like early 90s. But basically, there's just the main character finds like a gold scarab or something like that. That kind of helps him flirt with living forever. And then basically kind of story builds off of there. So again, great movie. Definitely go see it. Go see it like it's in the movie theaters. Definitely pick it up and watch it. Find it on a streaming service. I really highly doubt this is on a streaming service. But still, regardless, definitely should watch that movie. And then the next movies I got are kind of the real reason I take advantage of the 50% off sale. Are the 4Ks, especially new releases. I know Raging Bull is coming out next week, and then the following week, I think it's Devil in a Blue Dress with Denzel Washington. They're brand new movies, usually $40, $50, maybe sometimes $60, depending on the set. And then they're all 50% off. So if you want these 4K movies, this is the kind of time to jump on it. Because obviously, like I said, a lot of the Blu-rays are still $20, $25 or so on Amazon, regardless of the time. But yeah, it's still, by all means, the picture looks great. Criterion does a great job, as we all basically know. So next one, Shaft. So this is the one from the 1970s. Obviously, there was a remake with Samuel L. Jackson, and I feel like, at least my generation, that was more of like, oh man, it's Shaft? Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. But no, this is the original. This is kind of what led at least in the film era, is the blaxploitation. This is a great movie. It's basically just like a crime drama, but it promotes being a badass, and obviously Shaft was, and you get the whole line with "you shut your mouth" and all that. Probably terrible delivery there. Next one is Last Waltz. This is Martin Scorsese. I've only seen bits and pieces of this. I've never seen the actual the thing all the way through. Again, this is 4K. This is the picture quality is amazing. Martin Scorsese does a great job. So this captures kind of like the farewell tour or performance at the Winterland Ballroom. I think, don't quote me, 76, 75, 70, somewhere out there, middle 70s. But I mean, he does a great job just shooting this. I know he had a lot of people to help him to make sure that it was shot right, it was done right. A lot of the information is correct in there. I mean, you get people like Joni Mitchell, Bob Dylan, Van Morrison, Neil Young. There's a lot of performances in this. So this movie was definitely great. I definitely need to watch it on 4K. Like I said, I've only seen bits and pieces. Next one's going to be For All Mankind. Basically what this is, first time on the moon. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. It goes over first-person experiences of people that were on the flights, helping people. It gives all the information about, about them, what they had to go through. It gives you, obviously, the picture quality is great, especially for being this old. But it's really informational. It's awesome to watch. It's something that, obviously that's a huge timestamp in American history, just in history in general. So I would definitely give this a watch. It's really cool. It's really informative. I enjoyed it a lot. Next one right here, Mulholland Drive. So basically Naomi Watts' character, I think her name's Betty, moves into Hollywood, and then she has a roommate, and then they basically get into it with a director who's trying to cast everybody for their movie or his movie. And then basically seems like a darker movie than I thought it would have been. I'm not going to lie. I figured, obviously it's Hollywood. There's a darker side to Hollywood that everybody kind of talks about, but nobody actually goes into detail about it. But obviously, it's there, and this movie definitely kind of goes further into that. So definitely give that a watch. Next one, Citizen Kane. I waited to pick this up because I know there was an issue with the disc. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know there's an issue with the disc at first. So I waited, and then obviously 50% off. I jumped on it. It's one of the, it started movies basically, almost it seems like. It kind of started the genre. Definitely watch this. I think it came out in 1940s, somewhere around there, 1941, 42. I can't remember exactly, but it's an amazing movie. It's really good. Direction's good. Acting's good. It's phenomenal. So definitely give that a watch. And then the last one right here is just the Beatles, A Hard Day's Night. I always wanted to pick this up. I waited just because I never could find the 4K in person. But basically this kind of kicks off, I believe, right after their first album came out. I don't quote me on that, but I believe so. And this is kind of when they started to get really popular in the United States. And that's kind of when they started their tour in the United States and all of that. The picture quality looks amazing. It's really weird just to see, Paul McCartney and everybody just joking around with each other and being just real people. Obviously, you think of the Beatles, they're just a huge, band. By all means, everybody knows the Beatles. So it's just weird to watch them and just look at them at their younger age, just kind of joking around with each other, being funny, joking with reporters and stuff like that. So definitely pick that up. And then again, subscribe, hit the bell notification down below. Again, I'm going to keep trying to get these videos out, I think every 3 days or so. So yeah. And again, leave in the comments, did you pick anything up from the Criterion sale so far? Are you planning to? Do you want to pick up Raging Bull? Do you want to pick up the Blue Devil in a Dress? I'm excited for both of those releases. I think literally those are the only two releases that I'm going to pick up. And that's it for the rest of the month. Like I said, most of them are off or on sale, $20 or so. So don't get too crazy into this sale. Pick up the ones you want. Don't just go there and blind buy like 30 or 40 movies and they're just going to sit on your shelf and you're not going to watch them. These, I've watched all of them already, and I'm going to rewatch them, especially the 4K as well, because I really want to see the picture quality of like Citizen Kane and stuff like that and see how detailed it is, especially with still film grain. But yeah, that's all I got. So again, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to build up to 100 subscribers. I know it's a small amount, but I cherish every single subscriber that I got. So yeah, we'll see you guys later.